Hopefully the quality is a little better in today's video. I made a few changes. I'm not sure how to look. I think at least before it was a little more washed out. Now after doing some changes, I think it is sharper, but also a little more saturated. Who knows? Anyways, welcome back. So today I was looking over some of my older units, deciding who should I end up upgrading in my roster once my roster sort of has some space. For example, I'm trying to see for my memory retrievals, who do I want next? Right now I have Coco, Samantha, Camelot. They're sort of, well, I guess I would say like, yeah, they're generally like all-stars. I think they're pretty strong in all the teams. Of course, we got Nana out just in time for Camelot, so we were able to shove Camelot in there for the grind. And I'm like, okay, Coco's at 4 stars. What happens at 5 stars? Who's coming next? And I was looking at the roster of units that are to come, at least some of the units that we've seen in the last Spirals of Destiny. Honestly, not too many of them were too interesting to me. So I was like, okay, that's perfect time. Like, we can save some room for our roster, our next ones. And what I thought about was like some of the old units that I'd want to play outside of like Acambe, and that like, what are some other units that can sort of shine in my roster? And I knew that I had so many Watchers on my team. I was like, okay, it can't be any more Watchers. We love our Watchers, but it just can't. But there's too many Watchers. I was thinking about like Gloria, thinking of stuff like Credenza. Like these are some awesome units. Gloria also, I love her so much. But I think really honestly, she can basically do all she needs at 1 star. Like I don't think she needs too much else to sort of be strong on a team. But then I started looking a little bit towards Kvare, and of course I've had a lot of opinions on Kvare. I think I've echoed those similar opinions to some other units. And I think there are valid playstyles for these and like places for these, but like some units like Luffy. And I was just thinking, like, I found a way, in my opinion, to make Kvare a little more interesting, at least for me. The way I was playing it most time was definitely just damage over time, get things done, don't even think about it. We just got to get the stuff over with. And so what we had was, instead of Will of Victory, we had like Unforgettable Erosion. We had this Moment for Pain. We honestly swapped this one out here occasionally for stuff like Arcane Toxins, I think, at some points. And we were just basically like debuffing on top of just like some small piercing damage. But yeah, this was kind of more or less the build. And yeah, what I found out was just like, this seems super passive and just somewhat of a boring playstyle. But what I ended up doing, and this low-key did change it up pretty significantly for me, was I swapped the Unforgettable Erosion for Will of Victory. And I did some testing. I think I had to do more testing, but this Moment for Rain, instead of having this attack, I think there's some valid uses for this, of course, and maybe it is best in slot, but like stuff like Kavare's Gift, or even swapping it out for like something more single target to handle things, Unforgettable Erosion. Anyways, the most important thing, at least that triggered my epiphany, was the Will of Victory. This, and I think at least in Kavare's, I think trailer debut playthrough, I think they showed him off with using Will of Victory. But I didn't really realize this until now. Like, this skill is like super fun to play. Like the trade-off of playing this skill, of course, is you have like the set of skills that you can use. Only one time, by the way. But there's so much variety in here that it definitely feels at home when it comes to, I think, units that have a place in teams that is outside of just like dealing straight damage. And also one of the parts about Kvare too is he is very much single target, right? He does have one skill that does this Moment for Rain, but like most of his other abilities are just single target, right? And this Moment for Rain generally also is a lower damaging ability, like 40% damage ratio for piercing damage is quite small, but I do understand like most of the damage does come from this triggering. When you're using that, most of the damage from this triggering the passive. So I understand like this is essentially also including the passive, but like this Will of Victory is just so fun to play. Like he essentially stands out as now as like a supportive unit when you have this, right? He can do some healing, he can add some buffing. He's got all these different skills, and on top of that, he's got like a quite strong single target attack in Wrath of Thunder at the end. Like the cool thing about this is, to me, the way that it plays, it fills out much like maybe a story, right? I think this is also supposed to represent maybe Kvare's story. I don't remember exactly the whole story behind Kvare. Like I played, what was it? Crimson Knight, I think that's the Sword of Destiny or Shadow of Destiny story called. I imagine a lot of this does reflect that story. Wrath of Thunder is sort of like the final act, but it plays a lot like you're building up to a final attack, and like this is sort of like your ultimate ability, Wrath of Thunder, and it just feels so good. And I guess it also is supported in the fact that like Wrath of Thunder also triggers roster and all DOT effects as well, so it just plays very thematically well, I assume, with like the story, but also his kit as well. So having this on top of something like his passive, of course, that you're gonna play, and maybe an infection at some point, it just, to me, it just, honestly, it's a new, fresh breeze of air when it comes to Kvare. And that kind of got me thinking, I've already also have him at 3 stars. Like, to me, having him at 3 stars makes me definitely more sort of thinking like, okay, we put him in the roster, we can get Acambe after, because a Kvare can finish up a little sooner than Acambe if we put him in the grinder. So I'm like, okay, we can get 5-star Kvare, and then we can put Acambe next. But honestly, what's probably gonna happen is another unit's gonna come out before I can put Acambe in the grinder, and then we're not gonna put Acambe in for a while because, you know, we've got some other units to look at, right? So anyway, and I think Kvare is still also very relevant. So not only does he have like I think a more interesting kit now that I'm thinking of the usage of Will of Victory, he's also sooner to being 5-star, and he's also, I think, a little more relevant, and he's a destroyer. Where like my current team right now revolves a lot around like Samantha, Inanna, Camelot, and Coco. So we almost have all the role types in a team. We are missing a Seeker and a Destroyer. So I think that could be very beneficial when it comes to ensuring that like we're able to handle all sort of variety of possibilities for like a single team. But I don't know if we have like a Seeker that we really want on the team right now. For example, I think if I was looking for a DOT, honestly, I think Luffy would be a good pick. The playstyle is a little strange for the team currently. Maybe. The thing is, I don't think DOT takes into impact the role types, right? Like if you do 80% DOT on just life loss, right? There's no increase in damage because of the role advantage you have on them. I don't think that's the case. So even if that was like a unit I had, it just wouldn't be that impactful still, where I think something like having a destroyer that could actually help the team. But also, like, even if we had Kvare here, I feel like we could then maybe get rid of, dare I say, Samantha? Maybe? Just maybe? Like, we have a magic damage dealer. We have essentially, I would say, a piercing damage dealer, which is Kvare. Also some magic attack, of course, but like piercing damage dealer, right? It's mostly what you'd think of him as. So like, I feel like Samantha would be there in the case of like if we do need more magic damage, but I feel like we already have like a decent amount of magic damage with just like Inanna, right? So I'm just kind of deciding like if we really go this route, if we really are looking for like who's gonna be next be put on the block to be trained when it comes to memory retrieval, I'm like low-key eyeballing Kvare. Like I was mixed, and that's saying it very like nicely. I was like very mixed on like, oh, is Kvare really like the one to play? But like after playing him, I honestly think Will of Victory is like super fun and super thematic. I might get boiled here for saying that, but like I'm definitely changing my mind now that I think this is like a definitely super fun part of his kit. I think that does make him more supportive for sure, but like that's sort of the nature of having like a bunch of debuffs in your kit, is that you have the sort of ability to be actively helpful and useful on your team outside of just dealing damage, which honestly is a problem I have with some of the other units I won't talk about, Nungle, but that's like one of the reasons why like these other units get these considerations, is because they just can do these other things. And also like super effectively, right? Like if you do think of Kvare as like even a DPS unit, like he plays that role very well too. With piercing down, like he's just such a strong unit by himself already that like even considering playing him and probably even a lesser optimal way, which also I don't know by the way if this is like less optimal playing Will of Victory, it just feels, I don't know, more interesting. It's a breath of fresh air. So we're gonna try Will of Victory. I'm also like debating whether or not, in some cases, if I want to change the entrapping too. But this is also, I think, interesting in that skilling the random buffs like doesn't come up too often. For example, this could happen when you're playing a little more risque, or like if Kvare is a little more up behind, not really necessarily behind like a frontliner or someone with assisting cover, because most of the time what happens is the people that attack Kvare just end up attacking like a Coco or end up attacking a Maitha. So I feel like this can change, and we can even be more supportive of Kvare and just go for something like the Sanctuary Emblem, which, by the way, it also might have just more applications outside of it just might have more applications when it comes to like ensuring your survivability. The fact that it does happen one time per battle does suck a bit, but it might have more applications here, right? You could get a shield too, and I guess if you are running something like a Shield of Justice, this could potentially reduce more damage too, but it's like at that point you already have Shield of Justice, right? So maybe it is just generally better to have entrapping still. That's probably like a better choice. Of course, there's also more options that we have when you're playing Kvare that I have not really looked into, like victory before battle. To me, it sounds like you're trying to spam. I don't know what the use case for this is. Each time one enemy with roster is defeated, recovers. I mean, it's just basic, like, kind of win more, I feel like, kind of a skill here. But, like, there's one ability, I think it's this one, Wither, might be interesting to play, too. Because this basically means you kind of revolve your kit around this moment for rain, which I have not tried yet. I haven't tried this on my main account. I haven't tried this on the new account yet, or the alt account. But this could be interesting, too, just having, like, I don't know, consistently more large-scale AoE, but to be fair, that's sort of within the same playstyle as Samantha, but more of a piercing damage sort of playstyle. But also it is, I think, generally less damage, right? Because Samantha does not only the AoE, she's got like the alts, plus she has, I guess if you really need AoE, like that is a playstyle you can do, or AoE plus the DOT. But outside of that, it's like I feel like Samantha more or less covers that space in a better way if you like want something like that on your team. So, but maybe like there still is a bunch of like use cases for this moment of rain, right? If you're using like a Ludwig team or like someone that does more infection, like a Nono will, like this could be still very strong because you can trigger those sort of abilities quicker if you're trying to like rush down a kill and you have a bunch of DOT units, which mind you isn't probably the way to go about things. But like if you're really trying to build that DOT team, that's something to go. Also, just like a lot of disables too here, or debuffs here, so pretty strong. I do have to get like, even if I go for Convallaria, I do have to get like a kit for him. Like I don't have any particularly, I think, good, quote unquote, good weapons for him. We could go for the Cornucopia staff, which I think I probably will, if I'm just sort of putting him in place for Acambe while my Acambe sits there and ages like some fine wine. We could go like that. But then we still have to like build our way towards getting like probably a better devil still, which I'm of course still grinding because I'm a devil junkie. I always say this. And then like a better something else here too. Oh, one thing that I can add though, if we do switch up, like we remove Samantha from the team, which, this is also like probably not the soonest thing I'll be doing. Like we do want to get Samantha to 5-star. Is like we can sort of remove the need of getting Bloodluxlight Amulet 5-star from Samantha onto Inanna. I think Inanna in long term has like higher, the stocks are gonna go higher for Inanna. Like I think she's generally more useful. She's got like more things going for her than Samantha. So she is like functionally like a also very supportive unit too. Like Samantha's just like strictly damage dealer. That she's got a lot going on too, right? Like I don't want to discount Samantha. Samantha, for all the crap that I do give these units, like they are also like best in slot. So they do have like reasons why they're best in slot. I'm just trying to like find ways to sort of think outside the box right here, which I guess isn't saying much considering I'm considering Kvare, right? Like, is that the largest, the best sort of consideration I could give for someone that was biz, right? So I could do that. On top of that, I do like how, and this is the devil junkie coming at me. I do like stacks. I really do like stacks in games. Like for example, if I'm playing League of Legends, I'm playing all the units like Aurelian Soul. I'm playing, this is maybe out of the audience here's knowledge, but like I'm playing these units or these champions or characters that can like slowly get stronger over time, And Kvare just like smoothly fits in that place, right? He's got his, I think you have to use roster twice. What is it? When moving roster from the target, increases the character's attack and defense by 5% up to 20%. So 4 times, and you get an extra 20% damage. Yeah, on top of that, this is not including, by the way, the inherent HP and magic attack he gets from just having this ability, right? So this is an extra 20% on top of the 9%. Oh my, 29% HP and magic attack? That's pretty good. That's pretty, and it's also got the stacking mechanic that I love a lot. That's super fun. So there's just a lot going on here that I'm revisiting. I'm just like, okay, maybe I was too harsh on Kvare. Maybe I was too, and I'm probably also gonna have like a scenario where I think the same thing about Ludwig and these other folks, but right now I'm sort of eyeballing Kvare here. I don't know. It's just like right now things are really tight with the schedule. Like we've got Coco, Samantha, Camelot. These also all best in slot. There's just no room. But also I do like the idea of having Kvare 5-star before I get my Acambe like 4-star or 3-star, whatever it's gonna be. So that's something to consider. Something to consider a lot. Hard choice though. It is so hard of a choice. And I'm not gonna lie, this partially does come from the fact that I could spend forever rambling about this. Partially, this also comes from the fact that literally these units that are getting released, none of them are doing single target damage. None of them are doing. I kid you not. If a unit comes out and does single target damage, I will consider that a buff for Acambe. And I think those are some of like the new units coming out. Like I think some of the like seeker units or breaker units, I don't know exactly what they are coming out. I think some of them might do single target damage. That could be a time to revisit Acambe's consideration, but like they're not doing single target damage. And to be fair though, like, I feel like Acambe could in theory maybe potentially proc his assassins by himself, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot. You have to get close enough. Acambe only has 3 speed or 3 movement. They're not making it easy for me. Like I have to bend over backwards to get Acambe and Coco to use all of my ninja's abilities. Like these ninjas are not working they're working for free. I put them on the battlefield. They don't do anything. They're not attacking anyone because everyone's doing AoE damage. The ninjas are working for free. So I'm just trying to consider, you know, all things considered, maybe Kvare is the second Acambe. That's a hot take, by the way. But like, you know, Kvari's got some supportive abilities, right? Mind you, they could be limited, but like I feel like you're generally should be over for the battle by the time it comes to Wrath of Thunder. It should be. I don't know if it will be. It should be, right? If the battle, honestly, if the battle goes that long, you're probably better off maybe removing Will of Victory and going for something like long term, like the what is it? The Unforgettable Erosion. That's probably a better consideration. Just because you want to get the extra like damage over time. This is probably all in all going to end up generally stronger than using like this, which is eventually going to end, right? Like this is going to do, it only does so much damage, right? This does 60 plus 100 plus 180. So at max it's doing like 340 damage across a few turns. And this is like a few turns, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns. And if you do 6 times 40, honestly, it's still not going to be as much as this here, but like that's the trade-off, right? You get more instant damage and utility over here, where like if you run the Unforgettable Erosion, which aka you probably run this for like boss fights, it's going to take you a little more time, but at least you get the damage across the whole game. So that's the thought. That's the thought that matters, right? But please, I kid you not, like I'm still so sad. Like they made Anana's basic attack, and I understand it, right? Like they wanted to ensure that the Dawnlight sword, of course, or I don't know how they designed it, top down or bottom up, but like they wanted that sword to be useful for that basic attack, and so they made a single target basic attack AoE damage. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It's a hard life out here for Acambe. I mean, I kind of understand like why they made it so the ninjas don't trigger off the AoE, but at the same time I'm like, what if you just made it such that like anything hit with the AoE is randomly attacked by a ninja? Like that could still make it such that like the ninjas are usable on those AoE teams. And I don't even like try to make the teams AoE. Like I really honestly don't. I just think of like teams that I think that are like cool. Right now I have, of course, all meta team, which is why I made this alt account. But like, ideally, I'd want to use like Acambe with something else. I don't know. I would like, honestly, I'd like stack Acambe's skills and just like a 1-turn rotato potato everyone on the battlefield, where they have like everyone buffing Acambe get like 9 ninjas out, and we just like spin to win. That'd be cool. Honestly, that'd be like a fun team. But right now, it's just, it takes so much effort, and it's like you really can't do that outside of like just jollying around. Anyways, I digress just a little bit. So yeah, we've been looking at Kvare. I think we might put him at least right now in front of the Acambe whenever we get the chance. And that's the plan. That's the plan. But some other news, we did end up getting a new way, and I've had this issue for a long time, but we get a new way of figuring out where the events are. And of course, I've not done some of these yet, but like we have daily events, we have timed events, and then we have the standard events. I think the standard events are also timed. Also, unfortunately, I've not cleared a lot of these. I missed some of them, just being very busy lately. But like, this is such a big deal now, because now I know where to find the events. I feel like for the longest time, I'm like, okay, how do you get to the event page? I'm like clicking everything. Honestly, all you need to do is go here, and you go like down here. No. That's for standard events. You go here and you go up here. Yeah. So this is how you get to the event page. But like these events are now just like, I think most of them at least. Some of them are still not there. I think it's like a UI thing. Like they need to show this beautiful wallpaper, which I don't think they can nicely when it comes to just like, actually you can, right? Because the scrollings that they have here, it has like a little picture, and you can just like have it there. Like for example, if you want to have that event, you can have it like a picture like this. Like you can basically have, I don't know, they know what they're doing, right? But anyways, I have to finish some of these events. How about I do my dailies too? So we can just try out a little bit of Acambe. I'm sorry, Kvare. Oh, wait, they actually made it a thing. Kvare just sounds like Acambe, so it must be the second coming of Acambe, right? Here we go. Use up my energy. All right, that looks good. And then we've got Elysium Feast that we can maybe end off on. So this is, I think, an event. I don't know how this event came out. I feel like I always do my events. I see that knowing I've only got 86% on the Luminous Azure. To my defense, though, trying to do all these events on 2 accounts is a little bit rough. I think I did mostly everything. The only issue is I didn't get... Oh my gosh. I can do it still. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I can still do these events. Okay, the only difference I think is I didn't do the assist. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Wait, have they always had this? No, this is new. These standard events I don't think are timed events. So like you can do them for as long as you need to complete them. Oh, wait. This is actually kind of a game changer, no? I don't remember. I figured like we did have events that were like, you know, timed here. But I think these standard events aren't timed in the sense that like once you do, there are some like time events I think for like time that it's running, but like after that, just the battles you can get the luck site from, and then like that's it. Like for example, there's no like reward section. I think what usually comes here, like on the left side, they'll be like, oh, exchange these luminous azure doubloons for luck site, whatever. But now they don't have that. Just have like the event theater and battles, so you can get those battles and still get the luck site from them. So that's like pretty big. Which honestly we can just do that. I don't think I have too many left. So we have, let's see. I could not tell you which ones we did or didn't. I think because it's not on the they're all an assist. I think it's just like the last ones. Okay, what is this one? Dream Interpreter. Let's do this. Let's do this one. And maybe 1 or 2 others, maybe, potentially. Oh, I remember this one. So this one, I think we wake up everyone in the camps? I don't remember exactly what it was. Yeah, I remember this one. which honestly not too hard. I think what I did with this one on my other account was I ensured that I used Astra to like one shot and like go out of her way to like collect those little shards. I think you got Gloria on this stage too. Okay, and then we've got Timothy. We've got the main. Okay. So we basically need to like go to this tent, this easy one, go to this tent. On top of going to those tents, you have to get the shards. But I think for the most part, we can play it pretty easy. Okay. If I go here, I want to leave a portal here. And does this teleport me to the wait, what? Oh wait, I messed up, didn't I? I messed up, oops. So can we go here, place the portal here, go here, and then we can, it'll take like a turn or two, it might take 2 turns actually, to like get these. Then we've got Tear. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, I think next week they're... Oh no, but Tear's a watcher. Next week they're doing a banner on Tear. I just love Tear's aesthetic. Like, he's just a dude that records histories and stuff. I don't know, I love that aesthetic. I appreciate it in like all the different medias that I enjoy. Like, they've got someone that's just like studious, writes things down, tries not to get into fights, and they're just kind of there just recording things. I like that, like aesthetic. So I think we have to pull for Tear too. So we have to do this. We're legally obligated. I think right now we do want to just ensure that we got some Seed of Wisdom running. And then we can use Charge Stance to just like knock this dude out, right? No, we don't kill. Oh, but we do. Oh no, we don't. Okay, but we can run back. Okay, then how are we? This is one of the problems I have here. I mean, I feel like we might as well just teleport. If we teleport, I don't think we're gonna use this. But since we're here, we can at least leave with an attack. And then TP here. Actually, it might be better. Wait, how do you even TP back there? Oh, I think eventually there's singularities that spawn over there. So it might be just better to spawn here. Get this. Attack here. That's such a sick animation. Okay, and then I think I want to... All allies gain move, blah, and damage increase after moving. I'm a stickler for getting like those permanent effects. It's such a game changer. Like, even if it doesn't do damage, I think the ability to run away so that you can do damage later. So good. Sure, we'll mask. Are you there? Okay. I mean, here, if we do, can we do a punch this way? Oh, you have to have someone in front of you. That sucks. But wait, can we? Is there any way to do this? Oh wait, we can TP this unit. Oh no, because then you don't have energy. This is a silencing attack? Yeah, it is. I mean, honestly, it's probably better off keeping that. We could do that. Actually, does this hit? No, it doesn't hit that. I mean, might as well just hit this dude. Yeah, I'm like, if we really need a... Oh, jeez. This is like spooky. He's so close to dying. Nurgle. What are we gonna do with you? We can push this guy here. Is it a waste of a back attack though? That's fine. Gets a kill. Okay, one of the issues I have with Nungle, I feel like she doesn't do damage here. I mean, she can finish off a unit, right? I mean, she's a destroyer, so she's not doing anything particularly special. They're all kind of far. At least she's ready. I mean, this is like the strongest attack we can do here. Let's go for some damage. Okay, okay. So we definitely want to get this. Wow, that range. So one thing about Terror though, he really does function as like kind of a pseudo tank as well. Once you do the caged reverie, it's like very strong. Which is I think why I'm considering like I should maybe even pull for him. Tanks don't always mean everything, but like I love my nuclear RPG party. It's parties that just like look like good RPG teams, just like your tank, your damage dealer, and your healer. Like that's definitely my considerations. All right, then we can just do cage reverie here. I'm slightly worried I might not have enough heal here after like using all that, but we're good. Invincible. Honestly, they're invincible for 3 rounds. I don't have high hopes here. Like we have teams over there and like they're about to do something strange. This okay, pushes her back, right? Oh, it kills her. So we can go for a kill. We can reattack. Oh, you can only reattack. You can't just like move, can you? Okay, the singularity isn't there yet. I mean, does the reattack assume this is fine, right? We're gonna try it. Okay, you can do attack here. But we don't have damage now. We don't have our abilities. I also have like a smaller, slightly increased understanding of like the Seekers / Assassin playstyle now. I kind of like the idea of like going invisible and like being behind enemy lines and just like being a little stealthy and they can't attack you or something like that. It's kind of what like Cole does here, and Astra to some point, to some extent. Like I get the appeal. I probably get this kill, but we do need to use our damages. Gains dodge. Oh, I do have invisibility. I think we can just go for this another time. Sure. Nice. We didn't lose anyone yet today. This is a hard one. Like just attack here. Oh, these are the ones that spawns the things. That'll be annoying. Okay, now we have the singularity up there. We also need to heal this dude. And then we also need to do this. No, it's probably not best. This. Sure, we'll do this. Honestly, keeping him here and we can keep like the Astra or Cole go up. do this. Oh wait, I can't attack there. Okay, here we go. Back attack damage. Jeez, look at this range. Insane. He's walking a whole, like, hike. That's also like a super good example, like an interesting playstyle. He's like leaning into that sort of mechanic. Yeah, I forgot. That also is like a contribution from that perk we picked. Okay. We probably should have targeted this one. Oh, no active skills. We could, in theory, I'm thinking, kill everyone so that we don't have to go and fight the next round, right? I think it's possible. Okay, then we go from their attack. We should have too much stuff to... Too many units. Or calamities. Wait, what was that? There we go. It could be possible. Could. It depends. No, he's going next. Honestly, if I had a way to move coal, that could have been interesting. See if that actually works. Oh no, we have this unit too. This calamity. We did this. Oh my gosh, I'm so close. I could basically not do another round. I think. That'd be such a big deal. I have to use them. Oh, we have one. Wait, who is this? This is us? KA Scout, it is. Right? No, not the next round. They spawn. That's fine, that's fine. Historical truth. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that sucks a little bit. Cause I invested basically a lot of people to go that way now. No reason I can't touch them back though. A little bit annoying. Okay. Everyone's awake. I'm just gonna shoot you. Yeah, I have to save my TP here. I don't think Nungle's gonna go for a team wipe here. Not yet. Maybe when Nungle gets her SP form, she'll actually be like that dangerous. Okay. Oh wait, this is different than the regular portals. This only goes fixed distance. But maybe. Gains dodge when killing. This is not a back attack though. Okay, I think I need to move out the way. Move over here. Straight shot. Such a generic name. Yes, there we go. Come on, units. I have no clue what that was supposed to do. That was even pointing out. I could do this. Oh, okay. Then just grab this. feel like our back attack damage is at like 120% or something like that. Oh, they got one more set of people. If I can kill these, actually, we might be able to. Is this it? We did it. Easy. I'll just do it 2 more times. 2 more times. All right. Well, we'll finish the rest off stream. Thanks for watching. But yeah, there's some nice QL changes lately. QL, but also very sad because now we've got to wait another 3 months before Acambe can be 5-star. But you know, maybe Kvare will suffice till then. Anyways, let me know all things in the comments below. Peace out. I'll catch y'all later.